You're listening to the John and Heidi Show, now featuring the wit and wisdom of Dan Farris.
Okay, dudes, let's walk this sucker.
On Sunny 93.3.
It's time right now for the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. How you doing, Dan?
But is this a Friday again?
It is. How did that happen?
Friday.
Holy moly.
Yeah, I got to say a big shout out to the food trucks that were at Zeal yesterday. We have a little space out there, and they had a food truck event. That was really cool. Beautiful day for food truck event yesterday.
These food trucks have become like a big deal.
Oh, yeah.
They're like everywhere anymore.
Breaking Burrito and the Orange Truck food truck. Were
the Orange Truck food truck.
The orange, and it's, guess what color it is?
These days, plaid, I have no idea.
He said if I get him a big Sunny sticker, he'd put it right on the side. So
well, sure he did, because, hey, free sticker.
I'm going to get one that's like 9 foot by 9 foot.
Charge him, John. This is America, man. Hey, Nikolai Tesla was born this day. In case you don't know, he
very smart dude.
He developed alternating current. Basically, he was
super genius.
Was the big gun, and then became
way ahead of his time.
Pretty darn good popular rock and roll band in the 90s too. Jack Legs Diamond, famous gangster. In fact, he was shot so darn many times that Dutch Schultz once said, "Hey, can anybody shoot this guy where he doesn't bounce back up and run away?" And finally, at age 34, somebody did. They put 3 slugs in his head, actually. So,
holy cow.
There you go.
That'll do the trick.
The gangster life. You just stay the heck away from that life, kids.
Yeah,
that's
don't
what I'm
do that.
saying. Right. One of my all-time favorite actors, Fred Gwynne.
Oh, yeah.
Got his start on Car 54.
Yeah, he and Grandpa were both on that.
Yep, TV series before the Munsters, and they both starred, of course, in the Munsters, Herman Munsters, and I loved him as the judge in My Cousin Vinny, too.
Oh, yeah.
I loved
and he was
him
also
in Pet Sematary.
Super talented.
That's right.
Amazingly talented.
Oh, such a talented
And from what I understand, a very kind man as well. And he seemed like he was a kind man.
Cool dude. And until I came across this in my journeys through Al Gore's interwebs, I thought this was all made up. But no, it is true. The year was 1040, this very day.
Taxes were invented?
Young woman by the name of Lady Godiva rides naked on horseback through Coventry.
I guess I always thought that was just a legend.
Nope. According to the story, she did it to force her husband, the Earl, to lower taxes.
Really? On 1040? So it does have to do with taxes.
Yes. See how it ties in there? Because I just thought it was all made up. A Peter and Gordon hit song in 1967.
Yeah.
Which was pretty cool, too. 17, a beauty queen. She made a ride that caused a scene. Her long blonde hair hanging down around her knees. All the cats who dig striptease were praying for a little breeze.
Shooby-doo-bow-bow.
But hey, that actually happened. Weird. It was 1925. This day, jury selection begins in the evolution trial of John T. Scopes.
Scopes Monkey Trial.
We'd come to know it as, Scopes Monkey Trial, and then turned into one of my all-time favorite movies, 1960, Inherit the Wind.
I got to see that movie.
You've
on my
got to
list.
see it. Spencer Tracy, Frederick March, and Dick York, the original Darren on Bewitched, actually plays the teacher who ends up in jail for teaching evolution.
We just discussed this last week, and I've not yet seen it, so that's it's on my to-do list, Dan.
Yeah, Gene Kelly's in that too. And then a movie that's nothing like that movie. It was this day in 1981. Kurt Russell. We knew him as Snake Plissken. Escape from New York premieres.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
It is so bad you have to watch it again and again.
It's awesome.
Co-starring Ernest Borgnine and Adrian Barbeau's chest.
Yeah. Yes. It is true.
So there you go. Now you know what I know, and now we all know, and there you go.
We know a lot of stuff now. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
Do you pay too much for insurance? Have you looked around? Or are you too chicken? Don't be afraid to look around to see if you can find a better deal at InsuranceChicken.com. We make it super simple for you to see rates from several different companies, to see what they have to offer, all in one place. Peck out great insurance deals at InsuranceChicken.com. Is it time for you to cross the road? See if we can save you money each month at InsuranceChicken.com. That's InsuranceChicken.com.
And it's time right now for a little bit of Ranger Dan's Critter Corner.
Well, I'm rough, tough, and ready. I'm a heck of a man. Eat my beans and weenies from a frying pan.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I love to wrestle bears and lasso ducks. Run over possums in my government truck.
He's Ranger Dan.
Easy. I'm Ranger Dan. Well, I loves all the campers and the animals, too. If you're picking on them critters, I'm coming after you.
He's Ranger Dan.
Yes, sir. I'm Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Good morning, Ranger Dan.
Friday in your little happy little faces there. Smell, Josh, you're looking good. You skipped the gym again? Heidi!
Ranger Dan.
You must have just got back from the coffee shop because I'm liking you a latte. That little play on words there, guys. You just get more clever by the day, don't they?
Yeah.
Holy smokes. You know, little Radio Rangers, we've been working our way through the alphabet here, putting letters in the alphabet to critters whose names begin with that particular letter. And I think we did see LMQ, pool boy. We're supposed to be on O's today. Is that?
Oh.
Is that?
Yeah, that's right.
I think so, yeah.
Up till, but we're going to take a hard left because, quite frankly, it's been a couple weeks now, and Ranger Dan fame has been piling up.
I bet.
Oh.
Old Ranger Dan's fortress, a Ranger 2, is starting to look like a scene out of Hoarders.
Oh, no, that's not good.
You couple that with a couple dozen gone missing hikers from Harney Peak in the garage, and you're a little out of control. So I thought we'd dive into the old mailbag, see what's going on. Got a great letter right here. We'll pretend I ever shared that information, won't we? You bet we will. Let's see here. Dear Ranger Dan. Boy, this writing's a little hard to read here. Let's see.
Scribbly.
First off, love the show. Critter Corner is a true American treasure.
It is.
Love your line of Ranger Dan merchandise, too, which is really why I'm writing. I recently purchased a variety pack of Ranger Dan's Critter Jerky.
Oh, yeah.
Made from 100% organic critter. And the thing is, I was a little bit surprised to find what appeared to be a tooth in one bag.
Oh, no.
Wow.
Claw of some sort, maybe a squirrel, maybe a raccoon in another. And in a third bag, well, the jerky kind of looked like it had tread marks on it and contained a couple small pieces of vulcanized rubber.
Oh, no.
Don't get me wrong, Ranger Dan, the critter jerky tastes great. Just wasn't expecting to find that stuff.
Wow.
Again, love the show. Your biggest fan, and that means for life, Mr. Merle Lindquist.
Nice. Very
Okay.
nice.
Well, that's really pretty an easy one to address there, Merle. Can I call you Mer? That's great. What you got there, Marv, is the limited edition Ranger Dan Critter Jerky Cracker Jack pack.
Oh, very nice.
That's based on that fine American snack, Cracker Jack, where there's a surprise at the bottom of every box.
Yeah.
Now, you got to pay attention to the hastily pasted label on the package if you read the fine print. It would explain the whole darn thing to you there, Mary. And that's all the time we have today, little Radio Rangers. Keep in mind, if the good Lord hadn't wanted us to eat critters, he wouldn't have made them out of meat. This is Ranger Dan. Oh, say it with me.
Yes, sir.
Some credit cards have really high rates or big annual fees. Usually, people sign up for these when it's all they qualify for. If that sounds like you, it may be time to get a better credit card. Over time, your situation changes, and you may qualify for a better credit card. Your current card hopes you don't think about it, but our site shows you many options to see if there's a better credit card for you. Check it out for free at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Time right now for Water Cooler Talk with Mr. Dan Farris. What do we have for today, sir?
Boy, I had this all dialed up and ready to go. If you just, hey, cover for me, Heidi.
Okay.
Sing a little song or
Let
something.
me find that story.
Well, Dan is getting his story all ready to rock and roll.
Wait, I've
Oh,
got
you
it.
good? You got it?
I found it.
The life of an investigative reporter / award-winning journalist isn't
Very
easy.
stressful.
Oh, yeah.
Holy cow, I had to dig this up, do all the
You
research.
make it look easy,
and,
but it's
I know
not.
I do, and thanks to the cast and crew over at Dakota News Now
Yeah.
for letting me just take this.
Pilfer their page for whatever news you choose.
Oh, here's the thing. Some folks, in fact, maybe quite a few folks across the great state of South Dakota may soon be getting a check in the mail.
Ooh, am I going to be getting a check in the mail?
Well, you know what? Possibly. It's a new program started by State Treasurer Josh Hader. It's called Cash It.
Nice.
Cash It. Hader says it's an expansion of their unclaimed property recovery program.
Okay.
State will work to verify people who are owed between $10 up to $2,000 fined contact information, send them a check in the mail. According to Mr. Haider, quote, it's important to remember that unclaimed property in South Dakota doesn't belong to the government. It's actually the individual's money, etc. It belongs to somebody. It comes to us because financial institutions, businesses simply haven't been able to find correct addresses for people who maybe have moved on, out of state, whatever. So they'll be working on this, and there's actually a website you can go to see how you can get this done. And it's a really simple website, too, because it's government work. It's www.southdakota.findyourunclaimedproperty.com.
Oh, wow.
Now, several years ago, there was a website you could go to just random stuff, and I actually punched myself up, and it was the state of South Dakota.
Yeah.
My name didn't come up, but a woman with the last name Farris, 1 R, not 2, was on there, and I actually happened to know her.
Okay.
Oh.
And I called her. And I said, hey, this is Dan Farris. I was going through one claim, blah, 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 blah. You might want to check this out.
Yeah.
She called me about 2 weeks later just laughing. She goes, yeah, years ago we lived in Texas. And it was some insurance thing, and it was like a check for $140.
You know what we should do? We should
But
make
she
$140
got it,
is
and it was
$140.
And you know what she gave me?
What? Nothing.
Just a return phone call. Hey, talk is cheap, lady.
Hey, what we should do is we should start doing that every day. Just go through and find the biggest numbers on there and then call these people and let them know they're a winner.
Yeah, if they're around.
Who made you a winner? Sunny Radio.
Yeah, we had nothing to do with it.
So, yeah, apparently there's just, mounds of money laying somewhere in Pierre, and Mr. Haider wants to give it all back. So.
By the way, went to school with Mr. Haider. Good guy.
Well, listen to this. Haider says they get about $70 to $80 million a year in lost money.
Isn't that crazy?
cow.
It's like digging through the couch cushions, but you got really big couch cushions.
There is a current balance of money that belongs to people just in the state of South Dakota of $600 million.
I know.
Holy cow.
You know how much of that belongs to me?
None of it.
None. I look all the time.
I don't know. But $600 million.
Yeah. If you have not done that, by the way, do it now. I've got a link on our Facebook page because as Dan was talking about it, I thought that was an important thing to do. Facebook.com/Sunny Radio or Facebook.com/Sioux Falls News. And click on there and look and see. You may already be a winner. So, Dan, thanks for bringing that up.
Yeah, or take that money and seriously just give our governor whatever her heart desires.
It's found money. You could even maybe have pizza day here at Sunny with us.
You sure could.
I mean,
$600 million, we could have a
whatever
little.
kind of pizza you want to buy. All right. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris.
We're here to make it better.
If you find that drug or alcohol problems are hitting you too close to home, you can get help. Maybe it's time for rehab. Your insurance may even cover everything. Learn more at timeforrehab.com. Get help for a drug or alcohol problem within 24 hours.
We're here to make it better.
Get more information at timeforrehab.com. That's timeforrehab.com.
Time right now for our bright spot of news, brought to you by Paul's Designer Showroom on Lake Lorraine in Sioux Falls. Today we shine our bright spot of news on Boss's Comedy Club, and we've got Nathan Hulse joining us right now. You guys have a really cool event coming up tomorrow night. Tell me a little bit about what you're doing.
Yeah, we're doing a drive-in comedy show, completely socially distant, available comedy show. So we're bringing back live comedy to Sioux Falls. We did one last month, thanks to you, obviously. We borrow your FM transmitter, and it's been fantastic. We meet at the back of Boss's Comedy Club, or Boss's Pizza and Chicken on Minnesota Avenue, and you drive up, get a parking spot where you can see the stage, and you turn your radio on, and we'll do some live comedy for you.
That is really fun. Now, the thing that's neat about this is, like you said, socially distancing. You sit in your own vehicle, you turn on your radio, and you tune it to the right frequency, and then you can just watch the comedian on. Now, are they on stage? What are the comedians? Are they standing on a platform? I didn't get to make it last month. I'm hoping I can make it tomorrow. But what does it look like?
They are on a stage. I'm air quoting because they're actually on a trailer that we have in the back. That is, lift them up so everybody can see.
Very, very nice. And what time of day does this start tomorrow night?
It's at 8 p.m., but gosh darn it, if it starts on time, I'd be real surprised. But about 8 p.m.
Somewhere in the neighborhood of 8 p.m. is what we're saying.
Be there by 8, yeah.
So now, how does that work? Is there a fee for people who are pulling in to watch the comedy, or how does that work?
It's an absolutely free comedy show. We've got some amazing local comics, but they would really appreciate it if you tipped them.
Nice.
So we'll have a PayPal available, or we can pass around a bucket at the end. So if you feel like it was worth it, we'd love to see some tips from you. But otherwise, it's a completely free event.
So
and you can still order Boss's Pizza and Chicken. You can call, or they can come out to the car and take your order and drop it off for you.
That's really cool. So again, if you're sitting there going, boy, I sure am hungry right now, they can bring the food right out to your car, which is a really cool thing. This kind of reminds me of like olden times, back when they had, the drive-in theater and they had the drive-in restaurants. So it's everything old is new again.
Yeah, absolutely. We nixed the roller skates just because the parking lot back there isn't as smooth as we need it to be.
So no roller skates, but there is a great performance. Do we know who all is going to be performing tomorrow night?
Oh, man. It's like 7 comics. I couldn't remember them off the top of my head, but we've got amazing local comics.
Every time I've had a chance to go to Boss's for open mic night or for any of the local showcases, it's always very, very funny. So you're in for a treat. And the good news is it's a very affordable show, too, being free and all. So if you're looking for something to do, how much room is there? So, like, if everybody listening wanted to go, they probably couldn't all go. How many parking spaces do you have room for back there?
I've got 120 parking spaces. About 70 of them would be in a decent view. But with the FM transmitter, we're able to beam right to your car.
That's awesome.
Pretty much anywhere in that parking lot, you will get the radio signal.
Very, very nice. So, again, it's coming up tomorrow night at Boss's Pizza and Chicken on Minnesota Avenue. Now, if you pull up out front, you're going to be on the wrong side of the building. You drive around back. It's in the back side.
It's on the back. Yep, it's on the back.
Is there a place online where folks can go to get more info on this?
Yeah, our best bet is our Facebook page. If you go to Boss's Comedy Club at Facebook, on Facebook, you will get the event page there, and you can see what's going on with future events.
That is fantastic. We'll throw a link to that on our Facebook page as well. Nate, thank you so much for doing what you're doing. I know the local comedians have been like chomping at the bit to get out and do some shows, and this is a great way for them to do it, but also to be responsible as well.
Yep, absolutely. This is our socially aware comedy show. We hope you enjoy it. It is PG-13 material, PG-13 to R. We don't limit what the comics can say. So just be warned about that.
So it's probably not a children's show, but it's a good thing to do for maybe a date night or for some folks that want to go out and have a good night.
Maybe finally throw that babysitter a couple bucks.
There you go. They would appreciate that too, wouldn't they? So.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, Nate, thank you again for doing what you're doing. We'll throw a link to the Facebook page and get all the info out there for you.
Oh, thank you so much, John. And honestly, you have been one of the biggest helps to comedy in Sioux Falls, and I can't thank you enough.
Well, we love helping. We're big fans of comedy. Again, it's a comedy event coming up tomorrow night. It's not inside Boss's Comedy Club. It's out back. It's behind Boss's Pizza and Chicken, and you'll tune in on your radio right there in the parking lot and get to catch some really great local comics. All of the information we have linked at facebook.com/sunnyradio. Many people have dabbled in the stock market for their very first time ever this year. If you're new to the market, but you don't want to learn things the hard way and the expensive way, I encourage you to subscribe to this free newsletter. You can get the inside track with Wall Street's brightest minds delivered directly to your inbox every day at marketbeatminute.com. Subscribe for free. If you change your mind, just unsubscribe. Sign up for free right now at marketbeatminute.com. That's marketbeatminute.com. Time right now for a little bit of entertainment news of the day with Mr. Dan Farris.
Celebrities.
Way to do this.
Fabulous. This is going to be short, sweet, and to the meat. It just is. Because sometimes it's almost as if people think I'm maybe mocking celebrities. I never do that.
No.
Out of the world of professional sports, which apparently don't exist anymore, the bright side of that is nobody's playing soccer, so it's not all a total loss. Not a total loss. But, man, I really like this kid.
Oh, what's that?
Quarterback for the Kansas City Chiefs, winning the Super Bowl last year. He's just a blast to watch. Just an all-around good guy.
What's his name?
Patrick Mahomes.
Did he just sign like a really big deal or something?
It's not just a really big deal, John. It is the biggest sports contract in the history of all sports, professional sports.
$500 million?
It's $500 million,
Yeah.
10-year extension.
Wow.
It's amazing.
And he's a pretty young fella, right?
He is, but still, it's almost unheard of. Even if you've got a marquee player, be it a quarterback, a running back, wide receiver or something, you get a contract extension. It's generally somewhere in the area of 3 to 5 years.
Yeah.
This is a 10-year extension.
Yeah, that's a pretty good deal.
That's a long time. And, I didn't really break it down as far as how much of this is guaranteed salary versus performance bonus versus blah, blah, blah. But also part of this contract is he can't do some fun things that he kind of likes to do. For instance,
waterboarding.
Well, nothing dangerous, I'm sure, because they own his body.
Yeah, like jet ski stuff, motorcycles, those kinds of things. So, but still, wow, incredible.
I said waterboarding. That's a whole different thing. I meant water skiing.
Yeah, they probably don't want him waterboarding either.
I consider waterboarding isn't dangerous. It's just kind of aggravating.
Oh, bad. Okay, well, now let's get that out of the way.
So congrats to...
that's really cool.
To my new best friend, Patrick. Well, his dad used to pitch for the Minnesota Twins way back in the day, too. So there's kind of a homey connection here.
Question for you, because I know you're the only one in this room that knows anything about sports.
And I don't know much, but when it comes to you two, I'm a genius.
You are, yeah. So I've seen online where there's like a big hullabaloo about the Washington team needing to change their name these days.
Correct.
They're no longer be the Redskins. Do we know what they're going to be called yet? Or not?
I think they've already decided to switch up their logo and get rid of some of the Native American symbolism on the logo. So right now it's just
Washington. They don't know what it's going to be called yet, though?
No, they haven't. They have not confirmed whether they're actually changing the name, but I would guess if they're redoing the logo, they're probably headed in that direction.
So here's my question. Will Kansas City have to change their name as well? Kansas City Chiefs?
I don't think so.
Okay.
Out of the world of baseball, for instance, the Cleveland Indians did that a while back. They got rid of their logo, Chief Wahoo, whatever it was, but they kept the name Indians.
But they can still be the Kansas City Chiefs.
As of right now.
As of right now. You've got some other stuff in play, too. Somebody came after the Chicago Blackhawks.
Oh, yeah.
And the owners are going, no, that's never happening. We're never changing that. No, and when you look at the history of that particular name, how that team got founded and everything else, it's a fantastic name for that franchise. So
interesting stuff. See, I'm not a sports guy, so none of this registers to me at all. They could call it whatever they want to call it. It's not going to change my opinion.
In full disclosure here, people have been after the Washington Redskins off and on for a number of years, and owner Dan Snyder is always just stuck to his guns, just going, no way, no way, no way. Well, this year, a month or so back, with everything going on in the country, it started being a revenue thing because a couple of huge corporations that help pay the freight for that franchise said, hey, we're pulling our dough in support unless you change it. One of them was FedEx. Well, they have the stadium naming rights and everything else for the Redskins.
Yeah.
So now the front office of the Redskins is paying attention going, oh, that's a lot of money here. So they aren't doing this out of, we have a social conscience and we're woke.
Correct.
They're looking at their bottom line, and that's what that is.
Yeah.
Cool. Well,
that's what a lot of this stuff is from companies and whatnot. Hey, if you're one of those woke people running around doing your little tantrums because you're offended, and you see these companies making their little changes, you know what? It's all symbolism, no substance. It's just so you keep buying their crap, kids.
Exactly.
Just thought I'd tip you off there.
Appreciate it. I got a call over here. So it's our attorney about something? Just kidding. It's not. Thanks for listening to the John and Heidi Show bonus hour with Dan Farris. No idea what that was. Probably a request.
If you have a credit card, we'd like to help you make sure it's the best credit card for you. Take a few minutes to look at your current interest rate and see what you get for points or perks. Then go to bettercreditcards.com to see if we can help you find a better credit card. This will literally cost you nothing, and it could help you get a better credit card. If you don't have a credit card right now, you can check us out too at bettercreditcards.com. That's bettercreditcards.com.
Here's your Market Beat Minute for Friday, the 10th of July, 2020. The market got another jolt on Thursday when the Supreme Court ruled against Donald Trump. In a 7-2 decision, the court ruled that Trump must provide a copy of his financial information to the New York Attorney General's office. The decision casts another shadow over the incumbent's election chances later this year and caused the market to sell off. A Biden win is seen by most as a negative for the markets. Thursday's action was not all bad, however. On a technical basis, Thursday's sell-off caused a retest of support that confirmed bullish sentiment still dominates the market. By the end of the day, day, the S&P 500 had reclaimed most of its losses after traders chalked the Supreme Court decision as another brick in the wall of worry. Earnings remain the biggest hurdle for the market. Next week, things could get ugly. The peak of the earnings cycle begins with reports from the big banks. J.P. Morgan, Wells Fargo, and Citigroup all report before the open on Tuesday. You can get the inside track in your inbox at marketbeatminute.com.